Hi guys, David Wright here, and I just wanted to make this quick video. I keep getting asked about buying property and buying land. I get a lot of questions about buying land. People are interested in building their own property here. So I'm just going to give you my 2 pence worth of advice. As most of you know, I bought a plot of land here a couple of years ago and I'm building a house here, here in Almeria. Now, when you buy property here, I've bought several properties, bought and sold properties here in Spain, and there's all different rules and regulations in different areas in Spain. But when it comes to buying land, you need to be very, very careful. Sometimes people are selling you plots of land and they say you can have building permission and you can build pretty much what you like on it. But when it comes down to it, there are very strict rules and regulations here in Spain now about building on new plots of land. So you need to be very careful that you make sure you get all the information before you even buy the plot of land. To give you an example, several years ago a friend of mine here bought a plot of land in the countryside, a lovely little spot, and he wanted to build on it. The estate agents and his local solicitor told him there'd be no problem. There was 10,000 square metres of land, so he could build his house on there and a swimming pool. He went ahead, got the permission and everything, started to build the house, and everything was fine. After 2 years he went to go and get it connected to the light and electricity and found that the local ayuntamiento came up and measured up the property and found that it was 900 square metres, not 10,000, it was 900 short of the 10,000. So they wouldn't give him permission to live in the house. The house was already built and everything. He couldn't get permission to put the water on. He couldn't get permission to put the electricity on. He wasn't allowed to live in it. He could only use it as an animal dwelling. Now this is a crazy rule, all for the sake of a few hundred metres, which the planning office told him, would have told him if he'd gone and checked. Now guys, you can do this yourself. You go to the local planning office at your town hall. It's free to go there and ask them, and you want to ask to see the planning registry book. Every plot of land in Spain and every building in Spain has got a plot number. You can obtain this number from the estate agent or from the owner of the property or from your local solicitor. Even before you buy the land, you're allowed to go and find out the plot number. Take this number to the planning office, ask to see the big book. They'll tell you what that is. There's a big book, and it's an old dusty book. It really is a big book, and it has all the plot numbers in Spain of all the properties in your area. You can have a look on there and see what permissions they've got and what it's registered as far as meterage goes. It gives you the exact meterage. If it's not in that book as what they're advertising it, then it's not right. That book is like law here. It is God. If it's not exactly as it says on there, then be very, very careful. Now, if you don't speak Spanish, take somebody with you. I do this on all the properties I've ever bought here, whether it's a plot of land or whether it's an apartment or just a house. Go to the land registry office, ask to see the big book, the plot number, and make your own investigation. It will tell you on there if they've got permission to build a wall around it, if they've had a swimming pool built on as an extra, all these sort of things. Sometimes there'll be a house you'll want to go and do some extension work on or renovate, and they've put in a pool or an extension on the house and it's not in that book. If it's not in there, they haven't got permission, then it is part of an illegal build. Sometimes you can get this added on later, but it can be a real headache, and sometimes if it's an extension put on by the owner and it's not registered properly, you might not even be able to get it registered, and you could in fact have to take it down and pay a fine on it, as I know several people have. So as far as land goes here, you might see a plot of land being advertised for say 100,000 to build on, but what you've got to remember is that plot of land, you'll have to pay taxes on that. To give you an example, I bought a plot of land here and the plot of land was 150,000, just the plot of land. The first couple of weeks after we bought the plot of land, you have to pay the taxes on that. The taxes were 24,000 euros for the taxes. So that's just before you even start, you've got nothing, just got a plot of land. Architect's fees, you have to have an architect to draw up the plans to present before you even start building. Architect's fees are around 16,000 for a new build. So you've got 16,000 on top of that. Then you've got structural engineer plans, that's another 3,000 on top of that. Okay, then you've got licenses from the ayuntamiento, that's 11,000 for a license. So guys, it can get very, very expensive very fast. So if you see a plot of land that's advertised for 50,000 or 30,000 with building permission, remember you've got to add all these things on top. So take legal advice and do your own searches. even if you take somebody with you, if your Spanish is not good, pay somebody 20 or 30 euros to go with you and check these questions out first. Don't take anybody else's advice for it. Don't take the estate agent or the owner. They want to make their commission. They don't care how much land it's got. Some estate agents are pretty good. They will help you and tell you the truth. But guys, they're out to make the money like anybody else. It's a business. So you need to make your own plans and your own investigations. Biggest tip here, land registry office, go there, local council, town hall will tell you where it is. Planning office, go in, ask to see the planning department, go upstairs, find their office, see the planning officer that's on duty, tell him you've got a plot number and tell him you want to see that plot of that book. It'll have a layout, you'll see on the book there'll be a plan, a drawing of the street and exactly what's next door, what's in front, what's behind, how big it is, the meterage and everything. So you know the facts before you even put any deposits down on the property. So guys, I hope that's helped. If it has, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.